So welcome to the another video of data structures using Java. In this video, we are going to deal with 4 more important points of linked list using Java. So first point we are going to see is representation of a node. In previous lecture, we saw that every element in my linked list is represented in node. So we are going to see what is node, how the node is represented, what are the things node mainly contains. Second point, we are going to discuss why the linked list is called as linear data structure. Because in definition of linked list, we saw that the elements are stored in a random order, but still we call it as linear data structure. Why? We are going to see it. Then we are going to see the most important point, that is head pointer in the linked list. And the last point, we are going to see in writing code how we can represent a linked list or we can represent a node in the linked list. So highly recommend you to stay till the end of this video. So the first point, that is the representation of a node. We saw that every element in my linked list is basically represented in terms of node, right? So how does a node in a linked list look like? So node in a linked list look like this way. It mainly contains of 2 points. First, it basically contains a data, the element or the data which you want to store. It can be anything. It can be integer, character, float, string, it can be anything. The second part contains the address of the next node, because in linked list there will not be only one node, there are multiple nodes will be present, right? So it will basically contain the address of the next node. For example, suppose I want to store the 7, 6 and 3. How does my node in the linked list will look like? So the first node will contain a 7, which is basically 2 points. The first part is the data and second part is the address of the next node, right? This is my second node which contains 6, and this is my third node which contains a 3. Now let's suppose x, y, z be the address of every node. So 7 node will contain the address of the next node, that is y, so it will be pointing to its next node. 6 will be containing the address of the next node, that is z, and it will be pointing to the next node. Now I hope so you got the meaning of address of the next node, that every node store the address of its next node. Every node stores the address of its next node, and this is how the node in the linked list is basically represented. It mainly contains of 2 parts. First part mainly contains the data which you want to store, and the second part basically contains the address of the next node, which is that node going to point it. For example, node 7 is pointing to node 6, node 6 is pointing to node number 3. So this is how the node is in the linked list is represented. Now the big question comes, why the linked list is called as a linear data structure? Though every node is represented or located at a different location, still we call it as a linear data structure. Because see, 7, 6, 8 and 9, we got 4 nodes. The node number 7 is storing the address of node number 6, that is 211. Node 6 is storing the address of the next node, that is 8, and the address is 300. And node 8 is storing the address of 9, that is 412. And because of this, the linked list is called as a linear data structure, because this, as we discussed above, that is the address of the next node, this is helping us to maintain the linearity. See, each node is pointing to the next node, and most important point to observe here is that every node in my linked list contains at most 2 neighbors. See, at most 2 means 0, 1 or 2. Node 1 contains exactly 1 neighbor. This node contains 2 neighbors, this node contains 2 neighbors, last node contains exactly 1 neighbor. So we are not going to have a node with more than 2 neighbors. That is the reason why it is called as a linear data structure. And observe carefully in the linked list. I have written the null with a different color. Now what does exactly null represents? The null simply represent end of my linked list. What does it represent? It simply represent end of linked list, because if you observe carefully that after 9 there is no any other node present in my linked list. So in order to know that okay, this is my last node present in my linked list, I have to stop somewhere, right? I have to stop somewhere. In order to do this, we simply put a null which simply indicates that this is the end of my linked list. So I hope so that why the linked list is called as a linear data structure, because this part, that is address of the next node, this is helping us to maintain the linear order of my data structure, that is linked list. Second important point to note here is that this null which is present at the next address of my last node, see, this is my last node and this is basically store the address of next node, but it contains a null which indicates this is the end of my linked list, right? This is the end of my linked list. Now we got a head pointer. Now why do we need a head pointer? As we discussed that every single node is located at a different address, and as a programmer you don't know where is your first node located, because giving address to the node is not in the hand of programmer, it is basically in the hand of operating system. So when you ask you to go and check whether my linked list contains a particular element or not, or what is the length of my linked list, how you are going to traverse the linked list, right? Because if you don't know where is my first node located, how you are going to start with the linked list? In order to do this, we maintain a separate pointer just to indicate this is the start of my linked list. We use a head. So let's suppose this is called as a head. This basically stores the address of my first node. Now this, if you observe carefully, head is pointing to my first node. So head will always indicates this is the starting point of my linked list. I repeat, head will always represent this is the starting point of my linked list. Second important point to note here is that never ever try to change the position of head. Don't try to make changes in the head, because if you are making changes in the head, let's suppose you are traversing the linked list and you are moving this head to the next. Now let's suppose your head is pointing to this node. Now if you are making changes in the head, now head is pointing to node number 8, and now what does indicate? My starting point of linked list is 8, but actually the starting point of my linked list is 7, right? Therefore, never make changes in a head. Whenever you want to traverse the linked list from first node to the last node, always make use of a temporary pointer. Let's suppose this is my temporary pointer, and then perform operation on this temporary pointer, so that we always maintain the head to the first node of my linked list. So I hope so you understood why do we need a head pointer in my linked list, because it simply indicates this is the starting point of my linked list. Second important point, don't make changes in the head pointer, because if you want to make any changes in the head pointer, always make use of a temporary pointer, right? So I hope so you got that what is the head pointer. Now the most important point to note here is that the structure of a linked list in Java. So I'm not going to discuss the structure of linked list in Java and iPad. We are going to go on the IDE and try to write the code for this. So here I'm using the IntelliJ IDEA to implement the linked list using Java. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to create the package, and the name of the package I will be give as a linked list. So after the linked list, I have created this package. Inside this package, I am going to create the class called as, let's suppose, linked list. So this is the class, and I told you that the head of the linked list always contains what? The position of the first node, right? Position of the first node. But if your linked list is empty, there is no any node created, where your head will be pointing? Of course null, right? Because there is no any node present in your linked list. So simply what I will do is head, which is initially pointing to a node, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a class which is of static and which is of node, right? Now what does this class in linked list indicates? What does this class node indicates? The class linked list indicates my whole linked list. Let's suppose in my linked list there are 4 nodes, 5 nodes, 6 nodes. All the nodes present in my linked list will be represented by the class called as a linked list. And single node in your linked list, I repeat, single node in your linked list is mainly represented with this class called as a node. Now as we discussed that every node contains 2 parts. First part basically contains the data, and the second part basically contains the address. Now the point is, the data type of a next is storing the node. The reason why is, the one node is storing the address of another node. One node is storing the address of another node. It is not storing the address of a next data. It is storing the address of another node. Therefore, the data type of the address should be in the node, because it is storing the address of the node itself. Right. Now I'm going to create a constructor, and we know that constructor should always have to be a public, and I'm going to initialize this with data, right? Whatever the data I want to insert in my linked list, it should be initialized with this. And we know that the next is always pointing to null, because we don't know whether my linked list is going to contain 1 node, 2 node, or multiple node. If we are going to have the multiple node, we are going to change the address present in your next node. This is how we are going to see while implementing the linked list, right? So this is how the structure of the linked list look like. The class linked list simply indicates my whole linked list. The class node basically indicates the single node in my whole linked list. Head basically represent the starting point of your node, starting point of your linked list. It is initially initialized with null, because still there is not a single node present in your linked list. So I hope so you understood the 4 important points, that is the structure of a node, structure of the linked list, why the linked list is called as a linear data structure, and most important point, that is the head pointer, right? So just in case if you are new to our channel, do subscribe the channel for more such informative videos. Till then, see you in the next video of the linked list.